What's up, guys? It's They Coming, and today I have an extra special guest on my channel. Cheese Chester of the Boston Tea Party has come to give us a nice little chat about 10v10 and give us a nice little breakdown of actually one of his 10v10 triples that he did just last week against Why So Golem. Cheese, why don't you say what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Welcome to the channel, man.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate you bringing me on. It's the first time that I've ever gotten to do something like this, so it's pretty exciting.
Well, hopefully you can do this more often for us, and I'll bring you back on next time too, because this is a pretty great attack. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
So anyways, how did you get into Boston Tea Party? Like, how did you get into the competitive scene of Clash of Clans?
One of my friends from high school, actually, he started watching Klaus, and he joined BTP, and he was in there for a little while. His name's Sircam. He was in there for a little while, and he had actually been bugging me to try to come over. And I was just in a clan with some personal friends from around here. And he'd been asking me for a while, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. I like knowing every single person that's in the clan makes it a little bit more personable. And then I finally kind of got tired of, we weren't very good, but we would have wars where we never ran more than 10v10, and there'd be wars that we'd only use 10 of 20 attacks and stuff like that, and waiting forever to get troops.
Ugh.
So
that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, exactly. So I finally kind of got tired of it, and I texted him the one day, and I was like, "Yo, talk to the guys over there. I'm ready to join it if they still want me." So,
well, we're certainly glad that you came, man. So you've been pretty heavy in Clash of Clans. How, I think you were telling me earlier that you weren't really competitive until you got to Town Hall 10.
Correct. I never had done a competitive war. I pretty much had no idea what it was even about, to be perfectly honest. Before I upgraded to Town Hall 10, I joined BTP pretty much 2 weeks after my Town Hall was done upgrading.
That's pretty incredible, dude. I'm going to have to say that because I think Town Hall 9 is really where good war players get that serious foundation of really getting used to tripling, and coming all the way to Town Hall 10 before you were really in a clan that, I guess was at that, taking the game that seriously. That's pretty cool. I have to say. It wasn't what I was expecting to hear, but
it was definitely a learning curve. I'll tell you that much. It definitely was not easy at the beginning, for sure.
I believe every single Town Hall 9 out there feels the same way the moment they hit Town Hall 10. So I know I did when I took Banjar Bungus to Town Hall 10. That was that was a trip. It still is, man. You're a much better 10v10 hitter than I am. But anyways, let's move on.
Right.
So just talking about Town Hall 10 in general, going 10v10, what are the meta strategies right now for hitting 10v10?
The biggest thing that you're going to see is some sort of variation of a Lalo. Whether it's maybe 1 Lava Hound, 2, 3, maybe 4, with a CC Hound.
Mm-hmm.
That's, 90% of the triples I would say that we probably see are of that variety. How
about using clan castle bowlers or bowlers in general? Is that something that we see a lot of for Town Hall 10 hits?
So you can, however, with the enemy CCs being predominantly Lava Hounds, everything, you kind of have to figure out a way to get everything that you want with the kill squad without engaging that CC. So you don't want to send your queen into the base, which makes it a lot trickier. Or like if you do send the queen into the base, you need to get everything before she locks on to that hound.
That makes a lot of sense.
Don't really have much time to work with. So I mean, if you're jumping into a base or you're wall breaking into a base and you're sending a jump spell after that, because I mean, realistically, you're probably bringing a jump spell if you're bringing bowlers. You're getting fairly deep into the base, and you're definitely pulling that CC, and your queen's going to lock on if she's going in, and it's going to pretty much end your raid right there.
Yeah, and we definitely get a nice little slice of that in this replay that we're about to show here, which I'm excited for you to break down for us, because I did the best job that I could when I give the recap, but it'd be interesting to hear the person who, you know, actually pulled the plan off to talk about it. Are there any other compositions that you're comfortable with and that we're seeing to go 10v10?
I mean, you can throw a queen walk variation in there. We've seen some queen walk dragons. If that's mostly whenever there's all 4 air defenses on one side, and you can queen walk and get all 4 of those air defenses.
Yeah.
And you can kind of drag in the rest of the base. But I mean, that's extremely base dependent, obviously.
Yeah.
But I would say pretty much everything is a Lalo. I mean, you also see some bitch attacks, bowler witch attacks with a single golem for some tanking coming up the middle. Similar strategy to the witch slap at 9. Just you have more bowlers obviously coming up through the core. Also extremely base dependent, but I mean, the majority of what you're seeing is definitely Lalo.
Yeah, and I would definitely second that. When we look at 10v10, it's definitely some component of air, and I really like seeing dragons, because right now for Town Hall 9, I'm really loving using dragons as I sort of at the end of Town Hall 9, I was sort of, you know, or at the end of Town Hall 8, everyone was saying dragons, you know, it doesn't take that much skill. You need to be working with hog riders and Valkyries and la la la.
Yeah.
Well, for Town Hall 9, once you get some beefy royals and you can actually get some good value out of just the royals, I definitely I love seeing Town Hall 9 dragons, because I think it does take quite a bit more skill than people believe.
Especially at like Town Hall 8, I mean, you could pretty much just spam them in and you're going to 3-star.
Oh, yeah. So. As long as you get that funnel right. And that's
one on the outside, one on the other side, and then throw them up the middle, and you're pretty much guaranteed almost.
Yep. So anyways, why don't we get right into the attack? We don't want to drag the video on too long. Why don't you go ahead and break this down for us? We have the picture up on the screen right now, and you can see it as well.
All right.
Just tell us how you sort of started the plan for it, and maybe like where you got inspiration, all that kind of stuff.
All right. So first, I definitely would like to shout out Tony, because he had actually found this base on a recap of another video on YouTube. So we had a pretty good blueprint of what we wanted to accomplish. And then Butler, one of our Town Hall 9s, he came in with a great opener and did a really good job. And then, I mean, if he came close to tripling it from what I remember. Actually, like if he had one more spell, then he would have had it for sure.
That would have blown everyone's minds.
Like with his lower heroes and everything. So like we just had to get it right, and we would have had it. One thing that kind of kept tripping us up. So our plan, so we were going to send the Barbarian King at that barracks at like 2:30, 2 o'clock.
Like right here. Do you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That works.
Yeah, right there, kind of like on the inside portion of it. So he would go to the army camp next to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would just pretty much keep walking down towards 6 o'clock on the outside of the base. And we would send our queen in behind that army camp, so she would walk down. However, she would walk down towards those mortars, towards the archer towers, and we
Mm-hmm.
wanted to get her into the base. We wanted to break her into the base.
And what
However,
exactly were you after? Like, what were you trying to
okay,
get there?
all right, so whenever we were coming in, we wanted to get that air defense, we wanted to get the Inferno Tower, and we wanted to get the Queen. That was all we wanted to get with the heroes. This is a naked hero kill squad, pretty much.
Yeah, I was impressed with that, man. Like, you hardly used any troops to
Yeah.
to get all of that, and that's just like the beautiful example of like just execution and value there.
Yeah, and that's all we wanted. We got those three. I mean, we knew we'd get that air defense. That was the easy part. The hard part was making sure that we got the Inferno Tower and the Queen before the CC would pull.
Yeah, and it gets kind of close if I recall. The goal,
Yes.
the Hound does come over.
So there's actually Gronk and Tony actually both hit this base before I did,
Mm-hmm.
and Tony, same thing with Butler. Whenever he did his opener, we think we kept dropping the Queen, maybe like 1 or 2 tiles max, 2 tiles absolute max, too far to the left-hand side, like closer to like 2 o'clock than 3 o'clock at that army camp by the barracks right there. And so whenever she would walk down to that mortar, that's that first mortar outside between the 2 archer towers, she would take out that air defense, but instead of going down to
this wizard tower here,
yeah, she would actually walk up and go towards that other wizard tower. And that was just literally like a 1 tile difference probably from where we were dropping it.
Wow.
And that was killing the entire raid. So Gronk, we pretty much came up with a plan. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to drop her at the 3 o'clock corner of that army camp. So she would walk down. Everything worked perfect. She's walking down. We send the giant in for just a distraction. King's coming in. However, he has 3 giants, and his 3 giants live long enough that wizard tower goes down when the Queen's coming in, but they walk down and they pull the CC.
Okay. So for your raid, how many giants did you use for your raid?
I brought 1.
One. Yeah, here
3.
it is. So you actually overkilled it, right? Or he overkilled it.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
He would have had it. He definitely would have had it, except his giants pulled that CC, and he didn't end up getting the Inferno and the Queen. And he still he wrecked everything, but he just had those 2 things left at the end, and it killed it.
All right, man. Well, why don't we start spectating this replay here, and you can sort of commentate as we go, and describe sort of the back end of the attack, the Lalo portion.
Okay.
All right. Uh-oh. Turn the volume down so it doesn't distract me. Oh, look, you got a little baby dragon up there.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I mean, there's no air targeting defenses or anything up there, so we figured just throw a baby dragon, let it do some work.
Yeah, we'll have to see how far he gets. I believe he gets a lot, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
there's that giant.
He takes out everything up there. It's awesome.
Nice wall breakering.
And so that giant is literally just there to tank just a little bit to keep the Queen healthy, pretty much.
Nice.
You can see, it dies obviously before the CC comes out this time.
I think that wizard also helped you out too. like by clearing
Yeah,
that storage there. That was like
yep.
just impeccable timing, you know, in reality.
That's the only role that Wizard played, was to get that storage down.
Very nice. So here comes your Lalo.
Mm-hmm. And we wanted to come in from this side because of
Gosh, that's pretty.
Pointing the other way. And I actually missed a haste right here. I was supposed to haste in those loons coming over those cannons, and I missed it. So I only dropped that one, which is kind of why I dropped that Skelly spell.
Do you think the Skelly spell actually did something for you there, or do you think it was just sort of a swag?
I think it may have helped a little bit, but I think for the most part it was probably a swag.
I mean, look at your camps though. I mean, you've got, I mean, just an ungodly amount of troops left. You got 5 loons. I think you had 6 loons, and you dropped 1 just a moment ago, and 2 hastes.
Yeah,
I mean, you had a lot left over.
That was at a pretty critical time in war. Like, there was not much time left in the war, and just felt like I had to at least drop 1 or 2 loons down there just to make sure that we didn't run out of time.
Of course, I would, if the war was on the line, I would not have swagged those loons personally. I would have single dropped all those on all the structures on the outside. Just be like, 10v10, got it. Thank goodness. Yeah, man. So that was awesome. That was really great.
Thank you.
So anyways, Cheese, thanks for coming on the channel, man. Guys, I really hope that you have enjoyed the video today. And basically, you know, hearing his breakdown, you know, you guys got to hear my breakdown during the recap, but sometimes getting that knowledge directly from the attacker can be really, really cool, especially for me because, guys, I'm not very good at 10v10 yet. I know Klaus makes similar comments, but, I mean, really, dudes, like 10v10 is a struggle for me. And getting to talk to someone directly like this, sort of in a, I don't know, a clinic fashion, that's pretty nice. So anyways, Cheese, any shout outs you got?
I mean, I just want to shout out everybody that pretty much helped out with those raids. I mean, Tony finding the videos, Butler with the openers, Tony again hitting it, Gronk as well. Everyone else, anyone who was on the spot while we were doing the attack. I can't remember everyone who was in there. Plus everyone who jumped in after, who was so pumped that we finally got one, that we got it down. That was like I said, it was at a pretty tense time, and we really needed some things to go right. So everyone was really, really pumped whenever we got that down.
I was amazed. And that was one of 2 triples. So, yeah, good job, man. Anyways, we're going to close this video out, guys. I appreciate you sticking around and listening. I hope all of this stuff has helped you out. And for all of you Town Hall 10 folks out there, or Town Hall 9s that are getting ready to go to Town Hall 10, it's a great idea to start learning the Town Hall 10 that you're about to go to. It can be extremely helpful. Anyways, see you later, guys. Take care.